What if I told you there was 1 million people waiting on you to create content? Hello YouTube, this is Alston and welcome to my channel where I discuss affiliate marketing, passive income, and making money online. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you can receive tips and tricks on affiliate marketing. All right, so the topic of today, what if I told you there were exactly 1 million people waiting on you to be successful? Would you do what it takes to be successful? Let's take a look at this analytically. Let's take a look at the numbers first. So let's assume there are 7.5 billion people on this world. All right. So there's 7.5 billion people. Now let's assume half of those people don't have the internet. Out of that 7.5, you still have 3.7 billion people that have access to the internet. That's a lot of people. Okay. And so regardless of your niche, it could be making money online, it could be selling gum. There's 1 million people out there for you right now, just waiting for you to create the content. Everybody can have a million people. So let's go back to the analytics here. What percent out of 3.7 billion people is a million? So out of the 3.7 billion that's out there in this world, what percent of that do you think equals 1 million? So your audience, the people that you can take hold of, that you can grasp and connect with. Do you think that's 1%? No, that's not 1%. Do you think that's half of a percent? No, that's not even half a percent. It is 0.027%. So it's almost 1/3 of a percent that you have to connect with. When you think about that, that's less than 1/3 of a percent is 1 million. All you have to do is create the content, regardless of what it is. It can be in basket weaving. It could be in plumbing. It could be in roofing. There are 1 million people out there that are waiting for you to create some sort of content. That content could be online via YouTube. It could be via podcast. It could be a combination, but you won't do it. So let's assume 1 million is way out of the realm of possibility. Let's assume therefore you do everything that you possibly can and you'll never get to 1 million total subscribers. That's fine. What percent do you think is 100,000? So a college football stadium, 100,000 people. What percent? We know that 1 million is less than 1/3 of a percent. 100,000, and I'll put all these numbers up on the screen somewhere over here. So what percent is 100,000? Basically, you just got to add a zero, move the decimal place over and add a zero. What percent is 10,000? Again, you just got to move the decimal. So we're not talking about a huge portion of the population that you have to make a connection with. You just have to do a little bit of work and you can connect with a lot of people. And the reason why I bring up 1 million, 100,000, and 10,000 is because these are people that you could connect with and potentially make money with through affiliate marketing, through digital products, ebooks, having them just come to your website. You can make and monetize 10,000 all the way up to 1 million people. Okay, so think about this from with regard to business. If someone told you that you could have 100,000 subscribers or 100,000 pieces of traffic, 100,000 people would come to you, do you think that's a successful or an unsuccessful business? And especially factor in that you're quite honestly probably doing an online business. If you could tell me that I would have 100,000 people come to meet me online via YouTube, via my website, via Facebook, Twitter, whatever, I take that all day, every day. So let's look at math again. Let's go back to the numbers. If we got $5 from 10,000 people, that's $50,000 per year. And again, if you look at it, that is 0.00027% of the population. You don't even have to connect with a whole city. There's 100,000 people right now in my city. I just have to connect with 10% of them. We have to change the mindset of it's too hard, it's too difficult, we can't do it. All right, so let's go back to the math again. If you monetize, if you made $5 from 100,000 people, so every person gives you $5, that's $500,000. If someone said, hey, do you want $500,000 per year for as long as you want it, would you take it? Of course. People would be happy with the $50,000. Now, obviously, let's do the 1 million. 1 million times $5 per person, that's $5 million. So when you think about this, when you really break it down, as I mentioned, there are 3.5 billion people that have access to the internet and that can find you in various ways, whether it's YouTube, podcasts, blogging, social media, any other network out there. You can access and influence 1 million people. In fact, you could probably do more than that. But the reason why I targeted 1 million people is because that seems like this insane number. But when you think about it, it's not even 0.5%. Not even 0.5%. So, and the reason why I bring this up is if you go out there and you do the work, you can fall into 10,000 people. You can influence 10,000 people. If you do a little bit more work, as I mentioned in my other videos, if you just get out of bed and do some work, you're going to be better than the other 90. You're going to be better than 90% of the people that are out there because you're creating content and not consuming content, which I'll talk about in another video. To get to the 95%, you're going to have to put work in overtime. You're going to have to stay late, come in early to get to that upper echelon. But just putting in consistent content will get you above 90% of the people. That'll get you $10,000. That'll get you 10,000 people if you consistently show up and you put in the work. The reason why I know that is because one of my first videos that I've ever created about a year ago, that video, I had no idea what I was doing. It's only 7 minutes long. It's a comparison video against two different types of security cameras. Go look at it. That video has 4,500 views. And I made 2 videos on that security camera. 4,500 views, and I had no idea what I was doing. In fact, I'll put a picture on the screen of the graph. For the first 3-4 months, I didn't have any traffic. So it's important, and I'll talk about why people don't do. I'll talk about why people never reach the 1 million. I'll talk about why people never reach the 10,000. But the reason why I do that, the reason why I bring up 10,000, 100,000, and 1 million is my videos are fastly approaching 10,000 views. I am going to reach 10,000 views, and really, I only started making YouTube videos just over a year ago. So if you put in consistent, not even high quality, if you put in consistent effort, A, you'll get better. B, you'll fall into 10,000 people, 10,000 views, 10,000 interactions. And again, as I mentioned earlier, if you multiply 5 times 10,000, that's $50,000 potentially that you could monetize. If you're doing it the right way, you could monetize even more. But let's talk a little bit about why people don't reach their 1 million. Why people don't even reach 100,000 or 10,000. Here are the top reasons why. It takes too long. You refuse to learn. It's too hard. You don't have the time. Everybody has already done everything. Not willing to invest or reinvest in yourself or your business. You don't believe in yourself, and you simply just give up too soon. So let's talk a little bit about each of those in depth. It takes too long. I'll show you that screenshot. I guarantee you the first 3 months, 0 views. And then for whatever reason, it shot straight up. You'll see it here on the graph. But that's how it works. That's just how it works. Any business model, any online business model, offline, there is very, very little success in the beginning. Then, as long as you keep at it, as long as you do one thing right, it explodes. It just goes to the roof. That's just what happens. So, in order to find your 1 million, you're not going to get to your 1 million in a year. You may get to your 1 million in 5 years. Are you willing to invest your time, energy, and effort for 5 years to get to 1 million? If that 1 million equals $5 million, would you do it? If someone said today, hey, I'm going to give you $5 million right now if you just show up for an hour a day every day, would you do it? Yes, you would do it. But because it's the other way around, because you have to invest an hour a day every single day for 5 years, people aren't willing to do it. Another issue is people refuse to learn. You refuse to learn. And this can take various ways. Maybe you're stuck in the old way of thinking. Maybe you think that the only way to make real money or true money is offline, where you're physically punching a clock, or you have to have a brick and mortar store. It's simply not the case anymore. And you know that, subconsciously you know that, because you're on YouTube. You see people talking about how much money they make on YouTube. Not everybody's lying. There are people out there that are making tons of money on YouTube. There are tons of people making money on blogging. I'll leave a link in the description to some of those people that are making good amount of money just by blogging. You refuse to learn because there's a fear there. With all of these, there's an inherent fear that is incorporated with each of these. It takes too long. You're afraid that in 3 years you've invested your time, energy, money, and it doesn't happen. You wasted 3 years of your life. There's a fear there that you're sacrificing your short-term or your relationships for something that may not even happen. You refuse to learn because you're afraid of what you don't know. It's easy to assume that you know as much as you need to know, but in reality, there's a fear there that you don't know as much as you think you know. You don't even know a quarter of what you think you know. And there's a real fear there in learning and becoming exposed and knowing more, because you're going to want more. You're going to expect more. It's too hard. There is an inherent fear. Now, look, when I played sports, it was much easier to, instead of run that last, they were called suicides. If you played basketball, you know what a suicide is. You'd run up and down the court, or you'd run deep sixes, or you'd run Lakers. There are all sorts of running things that coaches do to punish you or to make you better. It was much easier to make it look like you were running hard and coast. At the end of the day, if you pushed yourself and you ran hard during practice on October 15th, the game was much easier in December, November, January, and February. It's too hard. It's an easy thing to tell yourself, and thus you don't want to put in that effort because you're afraid that you're going to fail. Because you put in all this time, you put in this energy, and it's just too hard. It's not that it's too hard, you just haven't figured out the solution. And as I talked about last week, the blueprint is already there. If you're looking to make money online, the blueprint is already there. You just need to find a blueprint that works for you and execute it. One of the biggest things that I see or I've heard is you simply don't have time. This is the biggest myth out there. You don't have time. Let me tell you about my day. I wake up at 4 a.m. We get the kids ready to go to school. I go to work. I'm there by 6 a.m. I do one of two things. I either work from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then I come home and try and get some work done, or I work from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. and I take an hour lunch. What are you doing with that time? What are you doing on lunch? What are you doing on break? You've got an hour. You've got a half an hour. If you can't physically write anything, you can record something. You can do text to speech while you're on your lunch break, while you're on your 15-minute break. How many words can you talk in your 15-minute break? You have time. On your commute home, do you have text to speech? Do you have a way to write on your way home? Do you catch a train? Do you catch a bus? If you drive, you can talk into your Siri. You can talk into your notes. That's all time that you have to yourself that you can start cultivating and creating content, getting ideas down, making bullet points and outlines, all ways that you can be successful. Anyway, let's assume I get home at 2 p.m. or let's say I leave work at 2 p.m. By 2:45, I'm sitting down making YouTube videos. I make 2 YouTube videos before the family gets home. Once the family gets home, we have family time until 7:30 or 8 o'clock. From 8 p.m. to midnight, I'm working on my craft. Maybe it's editing my website. Maybe it's making more YouTube videos. Maybe it's editing the videos that I've already created. There is time there if you want to take it. I get 4 hours of sleep of night because I am investing in myself. If I become as successful as I want to become, I can sleep all day and all night because I've invested in myself early on. Most people, quote unquote, don't have the time. What they're really saying is they don't want to sacrifice what they're currently doing now. People ask me, hey, did you watch so-and-so on TV? Did you watch this on Netflix? No, I don't. The only time I turn on Netflix is to go to sleep. I have no idea what's happening in the world because I'm investing in myself and for my family. The people that you see on TV have already seen the returns on their investment. They've gone to acting classes. They've shot 10,000 jump shots. They've hit 10,000 home runs, whatever it is. They have already done the investment growing up, and maybe they had to play minor league ball or whatever. They have done the investment, and now you're watching the results of their investment. Instead of spending time watching them, you need to go out and invest in yourself. Stop watching TV. Stop watching Netflix. Stop watching sports until you get the level of success that you want or that you expect of yourself. Until you get to 10,000 people, until you get to 100,000 people, don't watch sports. Don't play video games. That's why I stopped playing video games, because the people that have created that video game are at the success that they want for themselves. So I can either waste time and play their success or participate in their success, or I can go out and create my own success. And that's what I've elected to do. And that's what you should do too. If you are serious about making money online, if you're serious about if you're serious about affiliate marketing, you need to invest in yourself. Stop playing or watching or participating in someone else's success and start creating your own. Simple. It's really that simple. Another issue that people run into is everybody has already done everything. That's actually a great thing. That's great. I'm happy that someone has already paved the way in affiliate marketing. They've already showed the blueprint. They showed what you need to do to be successful. There's good sides to being a trailblazer, to be that person that starts. There's also benefits to being the person that has come behind them and followed them. Example, would you rather be the first person to drive a car? Or would you rather be that second, third, or fourth person that has learned from the first, second, and third, so you don't make those same mistakes? One of the great things about affiliate marketing and the courses that surround affiliate marketing and blogging and everything else that's out there is they are showing you the successes based on their failures. They have failed for you so that you can be successful faster. Look at it that way. Not so much that everybody has done everything, but people have paved the way for your success. The other thing too is no one has your voice. And I alluded to this last week. No one has my voice. No one has my stories. No one is going to sound just like me and act just like me and behave just like me. So my million people is going to be different than your million people. Will there be some overlap? Yeah, of course. But we are going to have unique people because we're all unique people. Another issue that I see is people are not willing to invest or reinvest in your business. If you are looking to make long-term sustainable money online, you need to look at it from the business mindset instead of the individual. And when you look at it from the business paradigm, you need to know that you will have to invest or reinvest in yourself at some point. That can be building a website, that could be paying for content, that could be education. Those are all things that you should consider doing if you want to take your business to the next level. You may have to invest or reinvest in an email autoresponder. An email autoresponder will send out emails to your email list automatically. That's a great way to increase your affiliate marketing business. The reason being is email marketing converts twice as high as the second type of marketing. If I told you you could make $5,000 from email marketing alone, would you do it? Of course. But people don't want to do it because they don't want to invest in themselves. It's too hard to create a sales funnel. You don't want to come off as a salesman. There's a fear there. There's a fear that somebody is going to say no. So if you don't ask, no one can say no. If this is making sense to you, I want you to make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. And also write in the comment box that this is making sense, that this information is helpful. The final thing, or the second to final thing is you just don't believe in yourself. You may think that you may perceive something about yourself, but you don't believe it. If you believed it, you'd be out working to get your 10,000, 100,000, and 1 million people. For whatever reason, maybe you were young and someone told you couldn't do it. Or maybe over time, and this is probably what happened, you have failed or you haven't found the success as quickly as you wanted to. And so you have developed this mindset that it's not going to happen, that you don't believe in yourself. Everybody goes through it. I go through it. The most successful person in the world has gone through it. But the difference between people that are successful and people that are failure is they overcome that perceived fear. The people that are failures and they can't do it, they let that failure, that they let that perception, they let those thoughts overrun whatever they had going on. And that's why they don't do it. The most successful people in the world push through that roadblock. They push through that smoke screen and they keep going. So the final thing that I want to talk to you about is people give up too soon. How many times have you been on the cusp of something, but you stopped because you didn't see the success? You didn't see the markers of success. I tell everyone that I come across that you should stop once you find success. Because once you find success, that'll tell you if it's something that you really want to do. Success could be your first $1,000 online. Let's say your goal is to make $500 with affiliate marketing. And if I were you, I wouldn't give up until you get to that metric. Because at that point, you'll only know if this is something that you really want to do. If you give up before then, success usually is right around the corner. You're usually 10 minutes away from success. As I mentioned, you should only give up once you find success. The reason for that is, like I said, you don't know if this is a long-term business venture for you until you found the success that you're looking for. So if your goal is to make $10,000 online, keep pushing until you make that $10,000. Along the way, you're going to learn things that you like and you don't like. You're going to learn. You're going to pivot to things that interest you. So make sure that you like, subscribe, ring the bell if this video has helped you out in any way. Also, I want you to check out the links in the description. There are a few different links that are going to help you with affiliate marketing. The first one that I'm going to put is a link to Legendary Marketer. It is a marketing platform that does two things. It teaches you how to be better at affiliate marketing, and you can also become an affiliate for them and have and promote them teaching affiliate marketing to people that are just getting started. What I would recommend is there's a free course through Legendary Marketer. Go through that course. It'll help you with finding success. It'll help you with overcoming those fears and those objections and thinking that it's too hard. And ultimately, you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn a lot about your business. If you have a business, you're going to learn about success and what success looks like. Also, I'm going to put a link in the description to, it's called Project 24. And as I referenced earlier, these men, Jim and Ricky, have found a method to success with blogging. So much so that they have called their course Project 24 because you can replace your full-time income with passive income in 24 months. Now, obviously, no business venture is guaranteed, but if you sign up for that course, watch the webinar first. But if you sign up for this course, you'll see that they have laid out 60 steps for you to find success. If you follow those steps and you keep pushing through until you find success, you will be successful. Also, I'm going to leave a link to get on my email list. Right now, I'm doing 2 videos a day, every day for the foreseeable future. What I'm going to do is I'm going to email you at the beginning of the week with names, with titles of each YouTube video, and links. Now, quite honestly, I don't know if these links will work, but you'll get a head start just by being on my mailing list. These links in YouTube videos are all on affiliate marketing, making money online. So you don't want to miss it. You definitely want to be a part of that. The final link that I'm going to leave in the description is for my website. My website, alstongodbolt.com. There are about 6 to 10 blog posts on affiliate marketing. I'm adding new blog posts weekly, again, to help you find the success that you're looking for. I also recommend some products on a recommended products page. Check those out. Those products are designed to help you be successful. So check out the links in the description. Make sure that you like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I will see you in the next video.